clothes sign up and we just came out here on strike. I don't know, but I've been told.
I'm here to support the McDonald workers because we get low wages.
Strike! 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 What do we want? 12 bucks an hour! Where do we want it? No. Their pay rate sucks.
My name's Crystal, I work for Manukau KFC.
I work at McDonald's. I'm a cleaner.
What do you think, MC Propaganda?
I think this is going to be an awesome strike.
I'm here to support 12 bucks an hour.
No youth rates.
People under 18 do the same work, and yet they get less pay, and that's not fair.
We're here about the people that cook the fries. We're here about the people that flip those burgers.
The bosses hardly pay us jack.
What they're getting paid for now is not right.
It's hard for the workers to fight on back.
Who's got the power?
We got the power!
What kind of power?
Union power!
Who's got the power?
We got the power! 60!
On strike!
On strike! Manukau!
On strike!
On strike!
We're just trying to take our pay up to $12. She's like 16 and she's what?
$8.40.
$8.40 an hour. And I'm only on $10.25 and I'm 20 years of age.
The bosses hardly pay us jack. Bosses hardly pay us jack. It's time for workers to fight on back. It's time for workers to fight on back. Casualisation keeps us poor. Casualisation keeps us poor. Our should be safe and secure.
So is there any other lists that people can see that we haven't included here? The tramways might be, but that
Those guys would come because they're struggling with it.
maritime workers.
I'll talk to Fred from Maritime. He's the organiser, but he does all the Pacific Island. I'll ring him.
Yeah.
Because the stores I've talked to on Queen Street are definitely coming. So we did something on Friday to preempt what the company's worried about anyway.
I also would love to come out.
Candy and Stream, I'm going to come to Sky City, catch up with you there. Bye.
So now we're approaching the city centre and we're going to go see a Burger King, a Starbucks and a McDonald's today to talk about the McDonald's strike, see if we can get solidarity from all the different stores for that action. And then that's going to help build a big mass stop work meeting. And then culminating when we bring all our city stores out and strike on March the 18th, we want to have a massive rally down here called the Big Pay Out. And I suppose the work that we're doing today is just the beginning of starting that real campaign. All right, Tom. Cheers, mate. So this store is Union. And down at the bottom, we got a Burger King, that's Union. And the movie theater here is Union too. So I'm just going to go in and see the manager here, and you can probably look through the windows. Hi, guys.
South Auckland is where most of the migrant workers live, sort of a ghetto area. We've got a really strong, quite staunch group of workers at the KFC out here who are organising a strike. The big breakthrough here was Mahit, who you'll meet. We found our firebrand. Finding him, the entire store's changed.
It's sad to say I had to fight for some of the hotels to allow them to have tea and coffee. It's disgraceful. It makes me sick.
You see a Starbucks now. And we're heading into the big McDonald's here, which has 60 plus union members. So you're actually talking about sites now that have a big density of workers. With the Labour government, not a lot has really changed for workers, except a couple of small changes they made to the Draconian Employment Contracts Act. And those small changes allowed unions to visit and recruit in stores. We just go in. Hi, Ned. How you go? We grab 5 minutes. You're going to the stop work meeting? No, you don't need to take time off.
Yeah,
you get paid.
They've frosted me off.
What's your name?
Rachel.
Rachel. Nice to meet you, Rachel.
We walk right into the stores, right into Macca's, and we sit down and we tell the manager to send out every worker. We create a workers' liberated zone right in the middle of the restaurant. Every time the managers try and obstruct or send them out very slowly or say we're too busy, and every time we have to say, no, we're seeing the workers now.
We need to start bringing the McDonald stores into the fight. We've got to maintain the momentum of the campaign.
Yeah, we found people who are leading the workers' movement in Starbucks, and McDonald's, and they're now the most advanced section of the working class in this country.
They won't treat us seriously unless they think that we've some form of muscle. So what's your feelings about it?
We need to take a vote, see what people's feelings are towards it.
When would be a good time to organise a vote in the store then? Can we do it for Friday?
Friday.
The wages, the conditions, very important, of course, but it's about power. Our project is to change the power relationships on these workplaces.
And they have to know, unless they come up with a serious offer to members, which means pay rise and looking at the conditions, that we're going to take action.
At the moment, I just don't feel confident doing it.
Confident about the members here, is it? Yeah. The people who I have talked to here, a lot of them are strong.
For Sky City, because they're so vulnerable, I had make the whole department, the whole union, all delegates, so they can't feed off each other. They go to management, they sit down with management. If they don't do anything for the workers call me. Hey, what are you doing?
The managers in these sites are used to these teenagers, either at school or fresh out of school, who don't know any of their rights, and even if they were aware of them, wouldn't feel confident enough to argue, who suddenly realise that when they stick together, they can tell their manager how it's going to be. And this store we're going to is a prime example. A few weeks back, these guys, they were miserable, hated it, everyone wants to leave. Now, they're instructing the manager, no, in fact, they won't be rostered off their shift. In fact, they'll be starting their shift when they're on the roster, and they'll be finishing it when they're rostered.
Are we legally allowed to?
Yes, we've checked all that.
Because there was a bit of a sore point when we were...
It's a bit of a sore point, and Matt's 100%. Unless they come up with it, they have to know.
Their general manager has a problem with unions. He tries to discourage workers from even coming near us.
We mainly handle most of the smaller things in regards to speaking to managers. But anything bigger, sackings and things like that, we get Unite to come down.
We are in effect of their boss, we tell them where we want to go, what we want them to do.
I don't think we want the company to find out about too much, because I know the way that they'll operate, they'll try and tie us up legally.
And I mean, you've got all the ingredients: migrant workers, multinational companies, issues of racism, sexism, it's all there. The whole sort of gambit of what's wrong with the world in these little stores.
Let's see how much support there is in the store for it.
All right. What we'll do then is on Friday we'll organise a vote, one way or the other. All right, guys, we're going to carry on down Queen Street. We're going to see a couple more stores down here.
Kane from the union. Just want to have a quick chat with everyone.
You can have a turn with her.
Okay, send them out one at a time.
To work 65 hours one week and then only be given 10 hours the next week. So you're not being given enough hours to pay your rent in 1 week, and then the next week you're given too many, you can't spend any time with your family.
Have you joined the union yet?
Not yet.
The union is a workers' organisation. We're not connected to your boss, and we're not connected to the government. We're independent. If you have problems like your pay, we can help you out.
We didn't get paid 4 hours on the first day we worked. And on the first day we went to the training, we didn't get paid for that.
First day that you worked, you didn't get paid. The training day as well. You want to join up?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Sign up there.
You got 3 workers on here trying to do all the steam and the coffee and all of that. So it's like a non-stop production process.
You must have a sticker.
Oh, okay.
You must have a badge.
Yeah.
It's a badge of honour, and that's my card.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Cool.
If I give you some leaflets, you'd probably know who to give them to, eh? So would that be enough?
Yeah, that'll be sweet.
It's going to heap. We've got heaps of banners at the union, so I reckon I'll come here about half an hour beforehand. If you want me to, is I can walk in and I can pull you guys out, kind of thing. Would you prefer that? Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Rex is going to be very happy with it.
Of course they're not going to be happy.
He's been so being nice to all the staff.
Oh,
That's good.
oh, we're doing all right then, aren't
I'm a
we?
bit surprised about it. It's a sudden change.
We're going to look after ourselves, and those guys will look after themselves.
How long is the strike going to last for?
As long as you guys want, you own it.
Staff are putting the stickers all over the place.
Yep.
So there's one up on the gate.
I saw it, man.
There's one on the drive-through.
Oh, I love it.
Manager by himself, he can run a whole store, see if the customers cook, chicken, everything. And if there's no staff, he can do everything by himself.
You've got big concentrations of poverty where Pacifica and Maori people live. Yeah. And we have to ask, why is that? How come people out the North Shore have a wonderful life with yachts and people in our communities are working for minimum wage?
I walked in and he goes, what are you doing here? And I was like, I'm working. He was like, oh, you don't have to work here? And I was like, working. He goes, oh, we're all right.
He'll trick you. Because you can say, no, I want to work. And he has to let you.
Rex was there too.
Rex is there too. Rex is right there.
Just sitting on the computer. Sucks.
I think after this strike, next time I visit with Rex, hopefully he pulls his socks up. Rosetta Vi's playing, man. Woohoo! New Zealand Idol. Yeah. Sweet, bro.
Some days I'm meant to be rostered on. He takes me off. He tells me not to work. But you know, you're not allowed that. Once you're rostered, you have to work.
You haven't joined yet? $12 an hour starting rate. As you get more experience, you get more cash. Yeah. Enter youth rates. So if you're 17 or 16, you get paid for the same amount of work. How many uniforms you got?
Just one. When I tried to talk to Suresh about getting an extra uniform because I worked 6 days straight, he said, do you want me to cut down my hours? He said, do you want me to cut down my hours? And I was like, straight away, you know? No, I'll just watch. My mum's getting fed up with it because she knows
one uniform for 6
days.
Shifts.
And every day is 8 hours. The uniform stinks.
Anyone who's working here on Sunday, we can get rostered to go to this meeting and get paid.
The more people, the better.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
Become a member of Unite. We begin negotiations with your boss on these things. Yeah. We become your representative. Any problems, disrespecting you, pay, whatever's going on, you call us. We do our best to sort it out. There's a fee, 1% of your gross, no more than $4.50. So you earn $100, you give us $1. Fair?
Yeah, I have someone, on my side.
That's really what it's about. It's about having a little bit of power for us. Because when it's just the manager and you, the manager wins.
I won't miss this, man.
Nah, don't miss this one.
It's my first strike.
Yeah, bro.
So just anything you need me to help you with, give me a shout. I'll be here in 20 minutes. So we got a lot of the workers there coming to the meeting. Ali's a pretty good delegate in there.
How they're trying to get it up there to $12 minimum, I think that's really good. Because I only get paid $9.50.
It was good. I met 4 workers in there that I hadn't spoken to before, and 3 of the 4 joined the union. I think there's a good mood in the store. Everyone's excited about the strike. There's a couple of problems that we picked up. Our guy's been kicked off his shift. I'm going to try and get him paid for that because I just want that culture to be ended in the store.
Well, things really started to get bad for workers in New Zealand from 1984 onwards, with the election of the Longi Labour government.
Within those few years, we saw dramatic changes.
Everything became privatised, everything became user pays.
The problem was the unions didn't fight it here.
It took people by surprise because it came from a Labour government.
If a stand had been made then, I don't think we would have been in quite the situation we are now. Because my view is that workers will fight, but if there's no leadership, then of course, how can they fight?
In 1990, National was elected. For them, it was completing the program, principally with a tax on social welfare, $1 billion taken out of the welfare budget, and then a major attack on the trade union movement.
So Labour had set the thing up, and then National then sort of finished the job.
And right through the 90s just drove hard with those policies to cement the working class into slavery effectively.
That idea of having a collective became quite foreign.
And the whole purpose, of course, is actually to smash the unions. That's the agenda, because they need to do that to drive the wages down.
Ali in the back. The thing is, if we got a couple of... One of our delegates down there is kind of pulled out of the strike action. But so far, I've got about 14 of the workers confirmed for strike. So that's pretty good.
We are
calling up all the McDonald's delegates to get them to come along to the Friday strike action down on Queen Street. And I organise on the airport McDonald's, so I'll be going out and organising all my delegates who have been itching for a fight for the last couple of months.
There's a constant battle for power between employers and ordinary people. So you got a real constant to work with. And like, I suppose that's what socialists should do, is be where workers are at, you know? Today I'm going to be talking to some more of the McDonald workers. I've got a plan A, I've got a plan B, just in case plan A don't go well or if management gets word of what we're doing. So I'm going to go see some of the people in plan B. So either which way we'll have action in the city centre, and if cards go right, we'll have two. Ha ha ha.
Unite is unique because it's a small union, but we're out on sites every week. We see all our workers. We know what they're going through because we're from the floor as well.
A union is the workers, not the organisation, not the officers, not the cars, not the salaries. And that's what makes it so unique.
We couldn't operate in a traditional union style. We couldn't supply $50,000, $60,000 a year salaries and a 9-to-5 existence.
In the end, if the state can attack your bureaucracy or your structures, if that's what your whole union relies on, which many do, then you're going to fall over, or at least cower and do what you're told. And I think we have to be completely independent and build it bottom up.
Hi, Lola. I'll just sit over here. I just want to talk to you about tomorrow, right? We're going to go ahead with the action, right? Yeah. Do you think there's a culture of fear in McDonald's?
I think so.
Tomorrow when we have our first strike, the culture will change.
McDonald's in New Zealand, 7,000, I think, 6,000 restaurant brands, 1,800 in Burger King, about 300 or 400 in Wendy's. I mean, these are big employers.
9 times out of 10, you're negotiating with the local representatives of an international company. Anything beyond the minimum has to be approved overseas.
Once we have the first strike tomorrow, all the other ones that go, when's our turn?
That's what I
our
mean.
turn? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there's kind of like a certain bloody art to pulling these things off. But there's all this confidence, and then there's all this fear. I will be talking to Nathan, see what the crack is with him, if he's got a little bit more confident. Because I've already talked last night to a lot of the other workers who work in there by phone, and all of them are up for strike.
Workers in New Zealand have been so beaten into the ground that we have to look for organising models that are going to respond to where people are at.
Poto from Queen Street McDee's. I'm scheduled to work tomorrow, but I'm keen on striking. So there we go. All right, guys, I'll be out in a minute.
No one had any intentions of organising the port. Talk about it, you know, oh yes, we must do that, we must get to the youth, we must get to the migrant workers, the casualised, the service industries, yes, we must do that. And that's why we need the Labour Party in government. I think that's it, that's the plan.
Tomorrow, so we're going to have a meeting here in the store, and we're going to see what people want to do.
I grew up in a small town in New Zealand called Te Aomuru, and needed to get a job at age of 16 while I was at school. And where do you get a job? Either McDonald's, KFC, the warehouse or the supermarket. So started off at McDonald's and worked there for about 3 years on $8 an hour. Then I moved to the warehouse and then to the supermarket. So I had a taste of kind of employment for young people.
Unite has taken on the toughest area to organise. Casualised, part-time workers, working irregular hours, rostered here and there.
Wave to the camera there. And this is the militant leadership of KFC Balmoral. Okay. So I've got Sam here. Sam's 15 against youth rates. We've got Briar. Briar is pretty staunch and they're giving her a bit of crap and she's stood up to it. And Lucia is part of a really staunch workforce here. Now, the big news is we've got Rosita Vi. Rosita Vi worked for KFC 4 years. So she's actually a KFC worker.
We started first with Burger King, we moved on to KFC, moved on to McDonald's, we're now moving on to Wendy's. What became apparent was that no one of these was going to move on its own, that it required an overarching campaign, and that's where we came up with this idea of supersisemypay.com.
It's got 3 key issues: raise the minimum wage to $12 an hour, get security of hours, and also abolish youth rates.
As they said, they'd come with a better pay offer, but they're still offering us the minimum. The guys voted to keep striking for $12, okay? So it'll be up to you guys to meet with your strike committee and decide if you want to do another strike. The second thing is McDonald's is going to go on strike tomorrow, and we're asking for KFC workers to come down and support. Okay?
I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm embarrassed to tell you, the 3 aims of the current campaign are for $12 an hour. That's pathetic. It's nowhere near even what the OECD recommends as a minimum wage, but that's where we're at. Things are so depressed as far as workers are concerned.
Because in most companies, when you've worked there longer for a year, they give you a pay review.
What they do after 5 years, they give you a pin. Oh, yeah.
So you make them heaps of money and they give you a pen.
How to do it? Casualise young, working 1 shift a week, working 60 hours a week. And they're on their feet, they're running their butts off. We have to do it as a campaign.
The Burger King workers, the KFC workers, the McDonald's workers, start bringing them together. They start letting the strong parts reinforce each other.
Good work on the new recruits.
We didn't know what a union was pretty much until we got unionised. It wasn't till we started going hard and we had our first strike committee.
See you later, guys. See you, John.
We all walked off the floor, walked upstairs, had a meeting, decided to strike. And after that meeting, all the staff were ecstatic. The atmosphere was amazing. They actually realised that they had rights, they had power, they could actually do something about what was happening.
Join the union and you'll get respected a lot more, treated like a human being.
They'll never swear at me, they never harass me. They know that if they do, I'll mess with them back.
When was the first strike? November? Mid-November we had the first Starbucks strike. From that first strike it took off into KFC and Pizza Hut, into the restaurant brands companies, and now it's going into McDonald's, which is great too.
Well, we just text Potu down there, so we're going to meet her, and she's the new delegate. I've formally requested a copy of the roster to determine why union members were rostered off on Sunday. It's a stop work. So workers get paid leave by rights to go to that meeting.
How many do you think we can get out there?
30 or 40 people?
The right of entry has to be tested. If the cops then say I can't go in, then I've really got to say to them, I'm going in, and therefore you have to make your mind up.
Worst case scenario, Matt gets arrested and we all go rally outside the police station.
Okay, softest scenario on today's actions.
It's an enjoyable scenario.
I think if McDonald's turn around to a worker on minimum wage and sort of says, we're suing you for damages, I mean, try it.
Yeah.
McDonald's threatens to sue minimum wage workers. Transnational corporate thugs bullying minimum workers. Kiwi say naff off to imperialism.
And they're threatening to sue you for fucking millions. Oh, well.
There is a thing in New Zealand of being fair and people being treated fairly.
With public opinion moving in the direction of low-paid workers, they'll come off second best.
It would seem to me as if we brought people that weren't in McDonald's, that would be from their stores, that would be a solidarity strike, wouldn't it?
It's arguable.
Workers are only allowed to strike in relation to their own wages and conditions. Any other strike, for example in support of workers in another industry or even in support of workers in their own industry who are on a different collective agreement, is forbidden.
During those only times that we can actually legally do strikes, we should be using that period of time to give them the experience that they couldn't be having, and once they've finished that period they should be involved in other organisations having their struggles, and that's what we're trying to build.
You have a window of opportunity to strike during a negotiating process. Anything outside of that is illegal. Now Unite, we reject that as an anti-democratic, anti-worker law because it doesn't allow workers to use their only weapon, which is our ability to strike.
Okay, bye.
Hey Liam, it's Jay Slade from Unite Union here, brother. Hi there. Did you get in the pamphlet about the meeting?
Sorry?
On the letter that you've got is the office number.
There's going to be some bands there, comedians.
Diane, it's Kristen speaking from the Unite Workers Union.
It's at 2 o'clock.
Hopefully you received our notification about the all-up stock.
I haven't read the mail.
We need to fill that town hall up. We need to get you guys $12 minimum an hour.
The pet is coming along there, brother.
Bring back again.
What's that all want, Mum?
Management got wind of it and they're disputing whether we can have strike action at this stage in the negotiations. They've threatened to sue us, and I have to kind of talk to the workers who are up for taking action. And then at 12, I'm going to try and call a store meeting, and then we'll put it to the vote, and then we'll see what happens.
Do you still want us to come around and unionise your job?
Are you going to come?
Should be pretty big. Just check out the news and whatnot over the next couple of days, okay? It's all pretty exciting.
Matt's coming in, who's the head of the union, to see why union members were all rostered off on Sunday.
Most of them either have Sunday off, or most of them are working on Sunday.
All right.
So I don't know where your information is coming from. Just give me a second.
Yeah, I'll need a look at the roster though.
Yep, take a seat.
Took a Pizza Hut store out on strike last Tuesday, and the store, the area manager came out while they're on strike with little slips of paper saying that they've been suspended from work for the time of the strike.
Who are the union members that are rostered on to work between 2 and 4?
This one, and Gary. We haven't disadvantaged anyone.
Okay, well, I know that Matt wants to come down and check it.
Yeah, he said more welcome to check that.
Yeah. I'll just need to see all the guys for about 5 minutes each.
Can you make it less than 5? Because we've got preparations that we need to do for today.
All right, so I'll talk to Potu first, if that's good.
The younger they are, the less experience they've had of traditional union structures, the more responsive they are to our message. And it's a simple message. That is, you can't negotiate individually. You can only negotiate collectively. We should do it together. We should try and improve the situation. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good.
That's the guys out there, right? Is that cool with you?
No,
yeah. Cool. Now, McDonald's has threatened to sue us if we take action. What do you think about that?
I don't care. I work fast food industry, and I know how hard it is to work and get paid at the minimum rate of $9.50.
$8.55 an hour? That's bad.
But let everybody know that you guys are staunch. You're still up for the fight, right? Yeah.
There's a lot of motivation now among union members. It's improved some of the atmosphere. It's given hope to a lot of the workers.
Hi, Tanya. How you going? So, all the head out is coming.
They've just brought in the top HR for McDonald's, and she's just walked through the door.
Very few union members here are rostered to work on Sunday.
Do they normally work on Sunday?
Yes, it seems that only 2 out of whatever members we have, 50 or so, it's just a bit low.
This will be my 4th strike with the union.
Every week it seems they got one more and shove our living way.
My mum suggested a wildcat strike.
Oh.
We just drop everything and just walk out off the floor.
So you're up for that?
Yeah.
Would you be up for it today?
Yeah.
Okay. When I give you the shot, you just come.
Go inside, Joe. Is Matt around yet? Every day the line is just a little bit shorter at the bus stop. Everyone I know is paying the price for the...
Some of you, or all of you, have been rostered off on Sunday, which could only be interpreted as a way to prevent you from going to the meeting. I got a letter last night which said if anyone took any action, they would sue you as individuals. As individuals. I put out a press release and said we're not a slave-owning society just yet, where you get forced to work. I think that they're unlikely to do anything, but if they did, they would have to take our union out and put us in jail before we give up. And they can't keep us in jail forever.
What do we want? 12 bucks an hour! When do we want it? No!
There are 4 workers outside, I've just been told by Simon, who've come and who've gone on strike from Wairo McDonald's, and they've come to support you. So they are out there already. So you tell me what's on your mind.
Even though the group of people from Queen Street alone may not be that big, just the voice that we've got for them, that's really impressive. It's cool. Because we know that there are other people out there that want minimum $12 wage.
I'm the delegate from KFC Balmoral. We've already striked. We've been a part of the Lincoln Road strike. I've gone to every strike Unite's done. And you're fighting for your own rights.
You've raised these issues. You can go back to work, or you can say we are out the door. I want you guys to discuss it amongst yourselves. So we'll just go and sit up there.
Everyone I know is paying the price for the lunacy of setting the popper and dogs free.
Whatever these workers that are decided is fine, because it's always important that they make the decision. Workers are finished. I want to have a talk with them. If you don't mind.
How long it takes until it gets sorted?
You want your shifts back on Sunday, correct? How many are off on Sunday.
I gave my shift away.
See Joe, give him the details of the company. That's what I want resolved.
There's some guys from McDonald Fire on strike at the moment.
5 of the members here are going to take industrial action. Okay. They would like the rosters for Sunday dealt with. That is the issue.
And you guys are the first McDonald's strikers in New Zealand. Strike! 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 What do we want? $12 an hour! What do we want? Now! What do we want? $12 an hour! What do we want? Now! What do we want? $12 an hour! What do we want? Now! What do we want? $12 an hour! What do we want? Now! What do we want? $12 an hour! What do we want? Now!
This McDonald's store, the workers voted to go on strike. They've decided to defy the intimidation of this multinational company which has threatened to take them to court.
What's this man? Give me you! Give me an end! Give me an eye! Give me an arm! Give me an end! What's this man? What's this man?
I had a conversation with their representatives sort of last night who said that any worker who took any action against them, that they would sue them for damages. These are workers on $9.50 an hour, somewhat less.
That's the type of company we're dealing with, threatening workers on the minimum wage with taking them to court for damages. What sort of animals are they?
We can't live on $9.50 an hour. We want $12 an hour, McDonald.
These people know nothing but their profit. They will pay whatever they can get away with.
This isn't just about paying people so they can live. This was about respect. You know how you spell respect? Give me an S. Give me a T. Give me an O. Give me an I. Give me a K. Give me an E. Go to the pound. Go to the pound. Go to the pound.
McDonald's is corporate shit. You should get paid because you know what? This is the land of the.
I think it's good. We're all supporting each other.
I'm supporting for everyone so youth rates could be demolished, extinct. Make sure everyone's equal.
You know McDonald's had a strike. Strike! Strike! Everywhere! Strike! Strike! Oh, McDonald's had a strike.
I work at Lincoln Road KFC just to get $8 an hour, and that's not fair.
And that's strike! 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 Strike!
Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike!
I want $12, man. Yeah. Like everybody else here. $12, man, that will do me a long time.
Have you been to jail for justice? I want to shake your hand. Sitting in and laying down our ways to take a stand. Have you sung a song for freedom?
We had all sorts of hurdles to cross along the way, but we found some really good people, and I think in the end it was really brave people. Potu and Mele and Meliane and Ini and Rachel, you know, they are the true leaders in their store now, and when they go back they hold their heads up high.
No other union in Auckland would have had the guts to hire the town hall and try and fill it.
So you're a bit nervous about today?
Yes. Sometimes you just got to go for it.
Never done this before. Never done it before.
Napoleon said, start the war and see what happens. At least somebody claimed he said that.
Crew worked hard and you kick the ball and see what happens.
I am employed by Starbucks. I've been with the company for almost 4 years.
A lot of people at school, they all work for hours on weekends, absolutely slaving away for this youth rates. Just got to go.
All right, man. Well done. Balmoral's closing the store down, and now the managers have to cook all the chicken for the next 2 hours.
The CEO of Starbucks America earned US $6 million last year.
Oh, I get 713. Before tax.
You've got the people at the top who are earning so much and the people at the bottom who are earning so little, and it's all controlled by the guys at the top.
We are having a stop work meeting.
We're not going to take it anyway, and we don't have to.
And our manager told some people not to come and they just walked out anyway.
Workers must get a chit before they leave, all right? They've got to get a chit.
This is called a chit.
To prove that they're actually here, okay?
We are here today to stand beside all low-paid workers and their families to ask McDonald's, Burger King, restaurant brands KFC, Pizza Hut, Starbucks to lead the way. We're asking you to lead the way in making poverty history.
Hey, what's up? I'm Rosetta Vai, New Zealand Idol 2005. I just want to say minimum wage, it's got to go up, it's got to change now, today and forever.
There are children to feed, there's rent to pay, hire purchase on the car rolls around.
I'm on $9.86. I work at Lincoln Road KFC. I've been on 2 strikes now.
Come on, employers, you got to pay the wage for the children, society, community.
These are the real heroes of the supersizeMyPay.com campaign. So first up was Nick, and Nick is the world's first Starbucks striker.
Right. We are dealing with a culture of adversary. All we need to do is realise that what we are asking for is what we deserve, it's what our co-workers deserve. We just need to believe $12 an hour, we are worth it.
I got a union in Michael in the white hat. We signed it up today. We want $12. We want it now, and the only way we're going to get it is by union. Okay guys, so let's give it up for the heroes of supersizeMyPay.com.
Well, they call me agitator, they can even call me traitor. They can say that my brain is off the track. But I'm smart enough to see what the union's done for me. So I'm rolling up my sleeves and fighting back. Unite our union, we build this union. If you want to know who runs it, here we are. And no matter what they say,
We don't want a poverty wage, we want our $12 minimum, we want to get rid of the youth rates and we want to secure ours to support our families.
It's always a little bit tough crowd there at the moment, you know, with the union people and the managers, but I don't care.
When I first started KFC, I wasn't in the union. It really influenced me and given me the inspiration to help others.
Bonnie does KFC. The plan is to continue with the Tuesday action, but you want to do Friday night, 7 o'clock peak time as well.
Bring all our mates down. Can we get a banner with saying Suresh or something?
Who's going to make the logo for KFC Botany Downs?
Do something with a Colonel. Colonel Pace chicken feed.
Enjoy the show?
Yeah, Rosita, bye.
Just remember on store, just keep a lookout for each other and stick together, alright?
We haven't seen our pace in a couple of weeks. Yeah, see, look. What's the call?
You had 800 people there committed to a campaign against low pay, against youth rates, against casualisation of labour. 800 people willing to put themselves on the line.
The real issue now is going to be how do we cost these guys money, because that's the only way they're going to listen.
Over the next month we'll just be having strikes in as many stores as possible leading up to the big payout.
Most on the struggle, learn how to snuggle up to the boss. Proclaim banners that are staking existence.
This is my grandson, and that's my lovely husband over there, Roy, and there goes my son, Dion. And these are his children. I worked in hospitality most of my life. I'm going back in the early 70s, and I found in that era that I could live a lot better than my children today. You know, their kids are sick, they just say to me, Rima, I want to take time off, but the company's told me if I don't come in, that's it. I'm not going to have a job.
I know that we will succeed. I've never felt one day that we would not succeed.
This is not your ordinary union. This is a union with a missionary zeal to unionise people who've been forgotten, but once organised will become an incredibly important part of a general working class fight back.
So we'll get set up and then we'll go in there and we'll pull our crew.
What are you doing here?
I'm on strike. I think the pay is ridiculous, plus managers being quite a dickhead.
Strike.
Is this your first strike?
Yeah, first strike. I'm nervous about the turnout, but I'm excited about doing this.
Let's go do some striking. There's about 6 or 7 people on shift now, but he's just given me a text saying they're all scared because, Rex is here. Let's pull him.
Proclaim by no mistake in the existing class structure. Who only collect when the rest genuflect the old. Now you could say it's a whole different landscape. That's the world.
Calling them this scared. They said they might get fired and shit.
Let's just do it anyway, yeah?
Yeah, might as well.
Strike's on, let's do it. And we get some placards out, some music up.
Stand up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Excuse me, you can't be on the property. I'm not sorry to say you had to jump off the property. Sit here then.
There we go.
Guys here on the strike, they're asking
End of
you
news
not to
break.
budge.
You don't want to get paid
Next
$6
stop.
an hour.
Okay, we went back.
Excellent, thanks very much.
Get it to move out of the car park space where it's disabled. Okay, we'll move out of this. And that one too much.
I slaved over case for 2 years for $8.10 an hour. I think that's not enough for what we do.
Our manager's abusing us, is bullying us.
What you see in front of you is called a picket line. And what a picket line does is it stops all customers and all flow of profit going to KFC for the next 2 hours. We're asking everybody who has Kentucky Fried Chicken to go and get fried today.
This comrade here just saw the picket line and he's the cook, so he's refused to go in and cook all the chicken now for the rest of the evening.
3, 5, 7, 9! And across the picket line!
I want a decent amount of money and secure hours. And as a cook, safety gear, there is the possibility of getting severely burned. Just safety precautions would be good.
It's just not on, so I'm out here on strike.
What do we want? $12 an hour! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? $15 an hour! When do we want it? Now!
Do you work here or do you work?
I work for the union.
I work for the union. Well, we're just going to come in and pack out with the chat to the manager and stuff.
Okay.
It's a new age of the fist. What's this? It's a new age of the fist. What's this?
3, 5, 7, 9!
You guys have every right to do this, but it's where you're doing it is the problem, okay? You're blocking people from coming in. You cannot do that.
I don't want to be filmed, please.
We're not obstructing anyone. No one here is.
All right, well,
okay, you can move that sign so people
All right.
can get through.
Well, you guys need to move so people can come through the driveway.
We have been letting people through.
3, 5, 7, 9! Never cross the picket line!
I think you have to be able to pay the rent and buy food and pay the doctor's bills.
When we've spoken to people, they're actually supportive of us.
Well, they probably are,
Taking the
but at the
decision.
end of the day, they've still got a business to run too.
3, 5, 7, 9! Never cross the picket line! 3, 5, 7, 9! Never cross the picket line!
You can't stop the customers from going inside if they want to go inside.
Have you guys heard that? What we're not doing is actively stopping vehicles to talk to them.
They're asking us. They're stopping asking us. Look, they're right there. They're asking us what's going on. I don't know what you...
Oh, it's a picket line, man.
That's the word when you hand on the support social rules collapse.
They're asking people just to support them today and not buy KFC for the next few hours and have a lovely Valentine's Day somewhere.
Cheers, okay.
Cheers. Give us a hit.
One big one?
Yeah.
There's sick recipe all across this nation! Bringing us green and exploitation!
That's the bully there. Let's go.
He's the bully!
The bully! The bully!
The bully! From America! Bully! KFC! On strike! Bunny down! On strike!
This is the first time that any of them have ever had to do anything like this before.
This picket line's still staunch and no one's gone past it.
This will only give them more confidence.
Secret recipe all across this nation! Bring everything green and exploitation! Strike! 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 Strike me! Strike! 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 Strike!
We're in negotiation with McDonald's Wednesday and Thursday. They've said they'll put best offer up.
So after Tuesday, it's all on. We have a very good offer from
It's good faith side. There's 2 roads we're going to go down. We can do a short, sharp campaign and settle up. We have the 18th of March as our conclusion. You're up against huge multinationals, and if they know that that's the timeline that they can push us up against, then they could just say, okay, well, all we've got to do is batten down for a month. Then at the end of it, say, we're now withdrawing your offer. Let's see how good you are. And then the workers say, I thought we're going to get $12, and all you got is 75 cents. So I'm out of the union. Now, the other option, and this has got risk as well, it will be a long campaign. Now, it might go for a year. And every day is a fight. And it's a long trench warfare fight with guerrilla actions continuously. We're not signing up until we get it, which require a whole community mobilisation. And we just become intransigent. We want $12 and we're setting it for nothing less.
I feel like I've only just begun to tap into the potentials where I am. I couldn't support deciding to seal off in 1 month because I believe 90% of the resources out there will be untapped.
I'm in the same boat as Kane, and I'm just finding out what I can do with these areas, and to settle up in a month with something that gives them really nothing, I don't think that would go down very well.
If we line everything up, ready to go, Burger King, McDonald's, we can kick the living shit out of them.
A lot of our members out there that are about to waver and pull out of the union, they've been waiting for so long for something to happen.
Exactly as Joe said, been sitting there waiting. They'll be no more happy if we can't deliver anything on that. So I think the solution will be a longer campaign.
I think we should go on the offensive for the next 6 weeks. If we do this job right, companies will be keen to settle in March, or we'll be thinking, shit, this is fun, we'll keep doing it for a year.
What holds all the different personalities in this show? You know, common cause.
There's always somewhere else to go. There was always someone else to see. There's always someone else to help, and it's such a rewarding and satisfying thing to do that, yeah, I don't have a social life anymore. It's just, yeah, you know, you tend to have to go out to do something.
Probably about half of our crew come off the shop floor, and half come from other strands of political or social movements or advocacy, and I think that's a good mix.
I fundamentally disagree with some of the people I work with ideologically, but at the end of the day, it's kind of irrelevant.
I think it's great to have different viewpoints and different ideas. If everyone was thinking the same, it wouldn't be good either, would it?
Unite our union, we built this union. If you want to know who runs it, here we are.
Nobody's going to push us around, and these rich people, it's time for a wake-up call, and they're going to get it.
On Saturday into the march, starting at 1 p.m, we're going to be doing a protest march.
It's a day of action across all our stores.
Nobody thought we were going to succeed. They thought it was a madcap enterprise.
The accumulation of anger and frustration at the grassroots with low pay and corporate arrogance was about to create the conditions for a mass fight back from below.
No matter what they say, our union's here to stay. We'll stand and fight together, arm in arm.
Your pitch today is recruiting and selling the union message to workers to unite themselves. And you know, the girls do like you, Richard.
I've got a bit over 50 sites, and they're all fast food places. I like to get to each site. I aim for weekly, but it never happens. So fortnightly I aim to visit each site, and I just sit down and see people how they're going, sort out any issues. Hi, my name's Ingrid, I'm from Unite Union. I was wondering if I could just catch up with a few guys while it's pretty quiet.
This morning McDonald's called us and said that they want to meet with us this afternoon. So there's a McDonald's store just down the road from where the company negotiators are. So there'll be a protest at the store, and then we'll go to hear what the negotiators have to say on behalf of McDonald's.
My name's Daniel.
We're from Unite Union. How long have you been working here?
Since Monday.
I'm from Unite. Just come up to catch up with your workers.
These guys are prepping for the lunch rush.
There's hardly anybody. So common sense says to me I should do it now.
You can negotiate with the employer for a collective agreement.
Are you interested in signing up?
I'm interested in more pay, yeah.
Yeah? You need to find a keen person who stays there. That's a difficulty in fast food.
Do you have full-time or part-time?
It's all casual.
It's all casual.
I'd like to see this union being run by the workers. Essentially, I want them to tell me what to do.
On every level, we're seeking to involve people in an activist way and looking at creative ways of doing that.
I've got one young girl at a Pizza Hut. She's 15, $6.89 per hour, and she organised a strike by herself. She's signed up people to the union. She's fantastic. All that they offered was a new minimum wage. They offered that to non-union members a couple of weeks early.
Can they do that? That sounds pretty sad,
Well,
just to stop not pay union people, but pay other people. It seems quite sad.
It is. It's really sad. It's discrimination.
We've just been up to the company negotiators.
The company wanted to talk to us about a back down.
McDonald's was going to start paying the new minimum wage.
A government increase 3 weeks earlier to non-members and refusing to give that increase to members of Unite.
We took our court case against them last week.
We decided to take them to court, like to the Employment Relations Authority, for discriminating against union members.
They wrote a letter, got it just a few minutes before we went up, which was really saying, yes, we will now pay back.
So all union members will be now backdated to the 6th of March. Yeah! That is the first back down that this company has had.
On Saturday, we've got a protest, mate. It starts at 1 o'clock. Have you ever been on a protest before? It's quite a lot of fun. You can bring all your friends and stuff. You've got young people who are frustrated. They know that they're being paid less because they're younger. They know that they're being paid less because they're working at McDonald's. I'd say that about 80% do sign up.
My pay? It's just for the week on Saturday.
Well, we went up to hear what the company negotiator had to say. We had yourself there filming in the foyer of Teesdale and Associates,
which are the negotiating contractors for McDonald's.
Whereupon Tony Teesdale came out of his office, strode across the foyer.
Completely unexpected, and just went straight for you.
Seized the camera in a very violent and aggressive manner, ripped it out of your hand. I saw the cut that you had on your hand.
Mr. Teesdale, who is the calm and cool advocate for McDonald's, assaulted the film operator, wrestled the camera from her.
It was an assault.
We said we would not proceed with the meeting while he had the camera. In the end, he came out and gave the camera back, but of course he took the cassette out, and that was unacceptable to us. So we left the building, and we'll be following up with a complaint to the police this morning. Certainly their strategy was to divide the workers. They've had little slips which have been put in people's pay packets.
Which says, I no longer wish to be a paying member of the Night Union. Please stop deductions from my wages and membership immediately. For every one person we've been losing, we've been signing up 4.
The pressure has been on these young workers for a long time now to give up their association with the union, but to their credit, they're hanging firm.
Having to back down today on their legal position is quite a big deal for them.
The first crack, I guess, and we've got to turn that crack into a chasm.
It's an historic day. It's come hot off the press, and it's going to go to the 4 corners of New Zealand to encourage.
I'm actually really excited by the fact that I think we can progress things quite quickly here. And I think the Workers' Charter is one of those things that provides a focus for that.
Well, the Workers' Charter revolves around a Bill of Rights for workers in our environment.
The Workers' Charter says there has to be a complete transformation of our society to work in the interests of the majority, not in the interests of the minority.
It's a big idea which you need in order to create big forces to stand up against a system which has been trampling over us.
We know we can beat this multinational. We got to take this confidence, got to take the happiness in our hearts back to the sites. We got to get everybody out. We got to go all out for the big payout this Saturday.
Once the tide starts to turn and workers start to see themselves as human beings with dignity, and they see the potential that comes from working together, I think that the momentum is going to develop very, very strongly towards a socialist New Zealand.
We have to train these managers. You cannot act the old way of bullying. They've taken the lead from the top guy at McDonald's. They've all been bullies. This campaign is going to stop it.
On Saturday, Starbucks downtown, where it's all going to start, the boss has rostered on 5 managers. We could look at pulling places out beforehand.
It's just gone 12:17 on 95 BFM. The song we heard from there was Nirvana. We're now joined in studio by Kane Forbes, who is one of the organisers at the Unite Union. Tell us about the Unite Union.
We saw a tremendous gap where low-paid workers were being ignored. Not only did these workers deserve representation in organisation, but they were asking for it.
Let's have a look at the supersize my pay idea. I mean, it's captured so much imagination.
There's a change out there. We've got a program that can help alleviate poverty in this country. We have one. We've got an answer.
So this supersize my pay. This is about supersize my pay.
This Saturday, 1 o'clock at the Britomart. We're going to have a really cool little rally down there. So we hope to see lots and lots of striking workers.
Thank you for joining us, and good luck with Saturday. Just gone 12:30 on 95 BFM.
See everybody at 1 p.m. this Saturday at Meadowmark. It's the Big Pig!
Young people in New Zealand are pretty much like young people in Australia.
I think this is the model for everywhere. I think that unions are structured on industries, on work sites, on crafts. I think it's all nonsense. The union has to be a movement.
And I think being active is the way to build people. I think it's through struggle that their political consciousness rises.
Because I don't care if someone is employed in a dairy or someone's employed in a supermarket.
I definitely think this is the best project, I think, for the left in New Zealand.
It's about the will to do it, and then the thing is about how we will do it.
I think it's a really good thing to have a couple of strikes before a big event.
They call me agitator, they can even call me traitor. They can say that my brain is off the track. But I'm smart enough to see what the union's done for me. So I'm rolling up my sleeves and fighting back. Unite our union, we built this union. If you want to know who runs it, here we are. No matter what they say.
I'm Tristan Sullivan-Vaughan. I'm a union rep at the call centre.
Restaurant Brands Call Centre Workplace Committee had decided that they wanted to have a strike.
A few minutes ago we went up there and spoke to them about Simon and said that he might be coming up.
When I turned up, I was told that I couldn't enter the building.
They said that we'd be ramping it up considerably if we let him on site.
The company has barred me access into the call centre. This is our call centre. We go on strike every Friday, and the company's really shit scared because every time they go on strike they lose lots and lots of money.
There's approximately 150 workers in the call centre, 110, 120 of them are in the union. The workers feel intimidated up there. There are a lot of workers who are trying to sneak off into the toilets to text me to organise a strike.
But it's our picket line that makes them blow his fuse. Unites our union, we build this union.
The CEO of Restaurant Brands, Vicky Salmons, she was there and she told us that we couldn't be in the building, and I brought Mike Treen who explained our rights. I just basically ignored her when she started being rude and shouting at me, and I just told the workers it's time to have a meeting. 70 workers came down, and I mean that says it all.
Yes.
There's a reason why the company tried to bar us, because the Restaurant Brands call centre is a national call centre and it's costing lots of money.
Our legal right, we feel, is to strike, and by having our delegates locked out, that's definitely impeding our rights.
Give me you! Give me an A! Give me an I! Give me an O! Give me an A!
I'm Shamanta Prasad and I work at the call centre.
We're a call centre for Pizza Hut, KFC and Starbucks. Right now I'm getting paid $10.59.
And I get $9.50.
I get $10.
The work we put in, we deserve much better pay.
Strike, strike, strike!
The delegates, they do so much for us. They're so cool.
We can go straight to the union leader who can communicate, like a bridge between us and the bosses.
Give me an F! Give me a T! Give me an R! Give me an I! Give me a K! Give me an E! What's your name?
It's so good to see that the workers are all together, and it's just the unity that makes it good.
We don't think there's actually any limits on one level to how big we can grow. 90% of the workforce remains unorganised. There's hundreds of thousands of workers.
In New Zealand, 9% of the workforce is unionised. So the question I ask is it working? No, it's not.
Join the big march up Queen Street, supporting the struggle of the fast food workers. Come along tomorrow.
The trade unions that are more closely connected to the Labour Party have remained pretty hostile. They see this as being something that they don't control.
I actually think you've got to build your unions on the basis of we don't care who's in government. My view is that there's only a moderate difference between them anyway. Ultimately, you get screwed under both.
We're 10 minutes away from starting the entire event.
I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to pull down the first McDonald workers and strike today. Everybody who wants to come with me, come follow. The team for McDonald's are coming out now. From White Road. Jane, he just joined the union 40 minutes ago. He's now on strike. Who's got the power? We've got the power. What kind of power? Union power. Who's got the power? We've got the power. What kind of power? Union power. When I say union, you say power. Union. Power. Union. Power.
Olivia Clark. I work in a cafe. I get $7.50.
This gig was organised by the Unite Workers Union. All you people who are out there working, you need a union.
I'm Laura Sinclair and I work at McDonald's and I get paid $7.50.
There is a fight coming in this country for social justice and decent pay. Stand strong and unite!
Nastasia at McDonald's, I get $9.50.
Josh Ross, McDonald's, Lincoln Road, $8.50 for a batch cook.
It's so good what's happening here. We're all coming together.
We've been broke for years.
Youth rates just earned. Good enough.
The future of this country is a decent life for everybody who lives here.
Fuck the police, yo. Fuck $12, we want 20. Yo. Fuck $12, we want 20. Fuck $12, we want 20.
There is one motherfucker in this town, and we're gonna kick his ass. And I want everybody here to know his name. Tony Teesdale. You're a fucking wanker. And he assaults women.
Fuck $12, we want 20. Fuck $12, we want 20.
What's disgusting?
Did you have a good time today at the big payout?
Now we've got 1,500 kids that have walked away and they know about unionism.
I'm very happy. It was an awesome concert. The kids, the future of New Zealand, Aotearoa, right here.
Here we are, doing what I don't think anyone think was possible. Unionising and organising faster.
It's our union, we built this union. If you want to know who runs it, here we are. And no matter what they say, our union's here to stay. We'll stand and fight together, arm in arm. Smart enough to see what the union's done for me. So I'm rolling up my sleeves and fighting back. Tonight's our union, we built this union. If you want to know who runs it, here we are. And no matter what they say, our union's here to stay. We'll stand and fight together, arm in arm. Well, the struggle's getting sharper, but now we've got the workers' charter, so everybody knows just where we stand. We say workers united, we'll never be defeated, so let our voices ring throughout the land.